That was one of the most feared teams in Europe. They won trophies, played in finals, and established psychological dominance over their opponents. So today, why is Manchester United no longer the Manchester United of old? Manchester United is not only one of the biggest clubs in England, but also in the world. They have achieved many great success in Europe, including 3 UEFA Champions League titles, 1 UEFA Europa League title, and 1 UEFA Super Cup. They have also won the English Premier League 20 times and are one of the few teams with the most Premier League titles alongside their eternal rival Liverpool. In addition to these achievements, they have many other national and international success. A trophy-filled museum, a reputation that extends beyond England to the entire world, and are one of the top 10 teams with the most fans globally. Every club with great achievements like United has a coach who holds a very important place in its history and has signed off on many great success. For United, that coach was Alex Ferguson. Sir Alex Ferguson took over Manchester United in 1986 and managed for the club for 26 years. When he took office, United was going through difficult times in the league. By the time he left, he had become one of the biggest brands in the world. The early years were tough. Ferguson came close to being fired several times. The 1990 FA Cup victory was a turning point that ensured he stayed at the club. Discipline, youth development, and long-term planning were established during this period. Players like Giggs, Scholes, Beckham, and the Neville brothers, who came through the youth system, became the backbone of the team. Manchester United won the Premier League in its inaugural season, marking the beginning of an era. The historic treble in 1999 was the club's pinnacle moment. The last league title was won in the 2012-2013 season, just before Ferguson's retirement. Looking at Sir Alex Ferguson's record at United, there are 13 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 2 UEFA Champions Leagues, 1 International Cup, and 1 FIFA Club World Cup. Even by just looking at the trophies he won, we can understand why he is the legend and earned the title of Sir. But Ferguson did not become a legend solely because of the trophies he brought to United. He brought player management and psychological mastery, giving chances to young players. He instilled a winning culture known as Fergie time into the club. In short, Sir Alex Ferguson made Manchester United not just a winning team, but a culture accustomed to winning. These were the best times in the lives of Manchester United fans. United was a club that constantly won, had made winning a culture, and was not accustomed to losing. But every United fans also know this. Ferguson would not remain the United manager forever. One day he would leave the club. After that day came. Would United still be able to maintain the same culture, the winning culture, and many values and systems that Ferguson had built over 26 years? The year was 2013. The date was May 20th. Sir Alex Ferguson retired after winning his last league title. That day, he stepped onto Old Trafford as Manchester United manager for the last time. It was a very emotional day for both him and the United fans. Even as Sir Alex Ferguson said goodbye to the club, he left by winning the championship. And after that day, nothing was the same for Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson not only brought trophies to Manchester United, he also programmed Manchester United to win. When Sir Alex Ferguson left, it wasn't just a coach who departed. Manchester United's soul left with him. In 2013, Ferguson retired after winning the league. He left the team as champions. But he did not lead the club with a system capable of remaining champions. And this is where the problem began. The system Ferguson built over 26 years, essentially programming United to only win, was a great thing during Ferguson's tenure as manager. But this system only worked perfectly that this system would function flawlessly when the man in charge was not Alex Ferguson. After Ferguson's retirement decision, United fans were curious about who the new manager would be. Ferguson's successor was David Moyes. But Moyes was not powerful to manage an empire. He could not establish authority over the players. He failed to manage big matches. As unsuccessful results came one after another, he was crushed under Ferguson's shadow. The result? A period that ended in 10 months and a collapsed season. The choices made after David Moyes and what followed were a chain of mistakes. Louis van Gaal, who took over United in 2014, wanted a disciplined, possession-based style of play. However, this system was often criticized for its slow pace and lack of creativity. In his first season, he secured a Champions League spot by finishing fourth in the league. In the second season, the team underperformed in the league. The biggest achievement of that period was winning the FA Cup in 2016. Nevertheless, due to lack of excitement and inconsistent results, he was dismissed shortly after the cup victory. In short, the Van Gaal era at Manchester United can be summarized as tactical discipline and trophies, but no excitement or consistency. The person who took over after Van Gaal was Jose Mourinho. Mourinho came in with a result-oriented and pragmatic approach. In his first season, he achieved cup success by winning the UEFA Europa League, the League Cup, and the Community Shield. In the 2017-18 season, finishing second in the league was considered by many authorities as the greatest league achievement of that period. However, over time, defensive football, tensions with players, and transfer disagreements disrupted the environment. Following poor results, he was dismissed in 2018. The Mourinho era brought trophies, even multiple trophies, to United, but sustainability and internal club harmony could not be achieved. After Mourinho, a completely different figure both in personality and playing style took over, Ole Gunnar Solskjær. Solskjær brought a positive atmosphere to the club, trusting young players and faster counter-attack football. In his first period, the team experienced a noticeable mental recovery. In the 2019-2020 and 2020-2021 seasons, consistent league performances were shown with third and second place finishes. However, failure to win trophies in finals and semi-finals, limited tactical flexibility, and a sharp decline in 2021-22 season marked the end of the era. Solskjær improved the atmosphere at United and made progress in the league, but no trophies or major breakthroughs came. The person who took over after Solskjær was Ten Haag. Ten Haag came with the goal of re-establishing disciplined play, high tempo, and authority. In his first season, he brought a trophy to the club after years by winning the League Cup and achieved a top 4 finish in the league. However, from the second season onwards, inconsistent results, declines in player performance, injuries, and the failure to establish a clear playing identity increased criticism. Fluctuating performance in big matches and a decline in the league led to a loss of confidence. While Ten Hag era gave for hope a fresh start at Manchester United, even though trophies were won later, a sustainability of style of play and consistency could not be achieved. After failing to achieve success with Ten Hag, Manchester United appointed Ruben Amorim, who had been doing great work with Sporting in the Portuguese Primeira Liga, as their new manager. Amorim was known for his three-man defense, high pressing, and clear playing identity. The Portuguese coach, strong in developing young players and making the team play with collective discipline, wanted to continue doing the same at United as he did at Sporting. However, this was not quite the right choice. Although United had been unsuccessful recently, the winning culture established during the Ferguson era was deeply ingrained in the club's DNA. At the same time, United was competing in one of the toughest leagues in the world. In the Premier League, they had to compete against much stronger teams compared to Portuguese League. The high level of competition in the Premier League made it difficult for a system to reflect on the team. Transitioning a team usually accustomed to playing with a back four to a three-man defense and adopting Amorim's desired high press and clear playing style was a serious process. In his first season, Amorim finished the league in a disastrous 15th place with United. Although everything went very badly in the Premier League, things were going very well in the Europa League, and United managed to reach the final after a breathtaking semi-final match. United lost the cup in the final after conceding a goal in the 42nd minute. Although they lost the Europa League Cup, United, which started the new season with Amorim and made many transfers, was not doing well either in terms of gameplay or results. United was eliminated by the second league team Grimsby in the League Cup, and although they played well in some league matches, overall, they did not inspire hope for the future. United, who defeated their arch-rival Liverpool at Anfield for the first time in 10 years, still could not play as a team and most of won matches thanks to individual talents. But matches cannot always be won with individual skills. For sustainable success, the team needed good and disciplined play. The draw against Wolverhampton, who had no wins in the league, was at the bottom with 8 points, and the subsequent draw in the away match against Leeds brought end to Amorim's career at United. The good days and sustainable success experienced during Ferguson's era at United gave way to instability, partial success, constant managerial changes, and heavy transfer spending every season after Ferguson. United always spent money after Ferguson. In fact, it became one of the clubs that spent the most money in Europe. But wrong transfers, start-focused thinking, and undisciplined dressing room became the new realities that seemingly haunted United after Ferguson. What Ferguson controlled for years practically got out of control. The real loss after Ferguson at United was not the trophies, but the winning culture. During Ferguson's time, the mindset was, even if Manchester United falls behind, they will win the match. After Ferguson, it changed to, even if Manchester United takes the lead, they can lose the match. Sir Alex Ferguson was the pillar that kept Manchester United standing. The pillar was pulled out, the building collapsed.